Hey guys, I'm Aaron, your resident stay-at-home dad, and this is Next Playground, a fun interactive video game system designed for you and your family and to get you guys off the couch and up and moving. It's something my family and I have been using for about a year now, and my 4-year-old still comes home from school wanting to play all the time, and I don't have to feel guilty about it because I know she's problem solving, I know she's exercising, and we're all having fun together. But the real reason I'm here to talk to you today is about how easy Next Playground is to get set up. I mean, we're talking just a couple of chords and you're ready to go. So we're going to go from the box to playing in just a few minutes. That's how easy it is, and I'm here to show you how. Okay, let's first explore what's inside the Next Playground box. Slide the cover off. And then as you can see right here, everything is labeled and easy to see. 1, 2, 3, and of course the console being 4. Let's go in reverse order just for this one part here. First thing is the console. This is the most important piece of equipment you're going to have with your Next Playground. This is what controls everything. This is the big one. So we're going to set this aside for a second. I'm going to show you where to set it up so you have your perfect positioning and what have you. Next, the HDMI cable. I am sure you've probably seen one of these before. It's pretty standard. One end goes into the console. The other end is going to go into your TV. We'll show you how to do that in a second. All right, next we have the power cord. This is actually very important for a number of reasons. First off, we want to make sure we use the original power cord given to you by Nex. Basically, when you buy your system, you're going to get this power cord. This is really important because there can sometimes be problems, lagging, things like that if you try to use your own power cord. If, as you can see, this is a pretty long power cord. You're not going to have any problems. But if for whatever reason you have an outlet that's a little further from your TV or a little too far from your console, your best bet is basically to get an extension cord. That's going to be much, much better than trying to do anything else using a different one. You want to use this one. Other cool thing too that's attached to the power cord, this little baby here. It doesn't look like much, but it's actually a privacy cap for the lens. So I'm going to show you. It has magnetic, pops right on there. That's basically to make sure that after you turn off your Next Playground, you don't potentially want a camera that's on. I completely get that. It's more of a peace of mind thing than anything else, but a nice little feature that is attached to your power cord. We'll get back to that in a minute. And then finally, number 3 here. Assuming I can get this open. We have our Next Playground remote control with batteries. And I'll show you how to put those in right now because sometimes this can be a little tricky. But here's the back of the Next Playground remote. Slide it off. And then you go with a positive, just like you'd put in any normal battery. Slide one battery down. Slide the other one in. Put the cap back on. And you're good to go. All right, now before plugging everything in, let's find the best placement for your console. Now, Next Playground uses a wide lens AI-powered camera, so placement and lighting are very important. You want to avoid areas with a lot of backlight, like windows with direct sun. You're also going to want to make sure people who aren't playing and pets are all out of the area, out of the camera's sight line once you get started. You're going to place the console below the TV with the ideal height anywhere from 15 to 60 inches off the ground. You also want the console to be as close to the edge as possible. You're going to want to make sure you have enough room to play Next Playground. And what I mean by that is a big open space like we got here. It's recommended to be about 6 by 6. But what you really need to keep in mind is you need enough space to not only make sure you have enough room to play, and same with your kids, but some of these games are 4 players. So are you going to be able to get 4 people next to each other, playing together, moving around? That's a really important thing to keep in mind when you're setting this up. All right, now that we found the right location for your camera, let's get connected. First, we're going to plug the power cord into the back of the console. Then plug the other end into the outlet. Next, we're going to plug the HDMI cord into the console and then the other side of the cord into the TV. Now, for my TV, it's on the side, but others may be on the back. It really just depends on what kind of TV you have. One important note, make sure you're plugging this into a standard HDMI port. You want to find and use the port that looks like this. Just something to keep in mind. Now that we're all set up, we're going to turn on the TV. And the first thing we're going to do is hit input. And in this case of mine, it says input game HDMI 1. Click OK. And we're getting started. Make sure you're within just a couple of feet of your TV when pairing. On the remote that you have here in front of you, you hold the left arrow and the home button 5 seconds. First things first, we need to get connected to the internet. Now, 2 things you're going to need for this: your email and your Wi-Fi password. Very important, so make sure you have both to get logged in quickly. Now, once you get connected, you're going to get this screen, tuning up your playground. Okay, so now that you're off tuning up your playground, you're going to see here, it says, talking about what mode you want on your TV. This is really important because you want game mode. It's different on every TV. So on my TV, I'm going to go to settings, picture settings, and then here on picture mode, I made sure mine's on game mode. That's very, very important. So keep that in mind and make sure you have the settings set up on your TV properly. If your TV doesn't have game mode, don't worry. You should be in good shape. We're just going to go quickly through this. This is just your basic agreement that you got to agree to. Hit enter. All right, next we're going to scan the QR code here and get set up a little bit further. Okay, now that we scanned the QR code, we need to sign in with our email. So I'm going to sign in with my Gmail account. After you finish entering your email address and the password, you're going to be directed back to the TV to finish the setup. Okay, so for this next part, basically the final setup of your Nex Playground, you're just going to be really following instructions. So first things first, like we talked about, you want to make sure that your console's in the proper spot. As you can see, we already did that one. We'll move ahead. You want to make sure it's centered underneath the TV. Again, giving you instructions that we already talked about a little bit earlier to make sure you have the best experience here. One thing I'm going to do, move my console a little bit closer. It says move it as close to the edge as possible. So I'm going to put it right there so it can see me a little bit better. All right, as you can see, I am now on Nex Playground. This is showing you exactly where I can stand, where I can be seen. That's great. This part's really cool. You see all these balls here? I initially actually thought that this was just something that was there, but look, you can actually play in the balls here. It's a tutorial kind of showing you how Nex Playground works, how the AI camera can track your movements. It's pretty cool. Okay, now that we're ready to play, I want to quickly show you what you have in front of you so you can be prepared. We're just moments away from being able to play Nex Playground. Now that we can see some of the games, you may notice the installing icon underneath the titles. Now, the first time you log on, these games are going to need a few minutes to download, so allow yourself some extra time. If you have fast Wi-Fi, this whole process will take 15 minutes or less. But if your Wi-Fi is a little bit slower, it can take up to an hour. Anything beyond that, call customer service. Now, the game is ready to play when you see the installing icon disappear. Okay, you'll notice at the top there are 5 titles: Fruit Ninja, Whack-A-Mole, Goalkeeper, Party Foul, and Starry. These are included with your Nex Playground console. And as you can see, there are dozens of games below, ranging from arcade, sports, kids games, health and fitness, you name it. These games all come with the annual pass. That's $89 per year. Not only, though, are those titles included, but Nex Playground releases a new game each month, which is also part of that annual pass. It's unlimited play, it's tons of fun, and in my mind and that of my 4-year-old and really my entire family, this is well worth the money. Now, thanks for watching this breakdown. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments below.